Welcome, everyone. Backstage. Yes, we're gone backstage. I'm pulling you back behind the curtain, and I'm at Hidden Treasures in Lombard, Illinois, along by my guy, Zack Hudson. How are you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Man, me and this guy, so I met his dad just as a background at Montana Charlie's Flea Market way back when, and this relationship has gone on, and I remember before he even had a store. But let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit. Isaiah, why don't you introduce yourself to the world, and what's your title here, and what do you do?
Awesome. Well, name's Zack Hudson, as you said. I am the manager of Hidden Treasures. What we do here, we are a buy, sell, and trade shop in terms of Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, sports cards. We even deal with jewelry, coins, just a little variety of a lot of different things. This is something that has been years in the making. We are flea market people. So we decided to use that same flea market hustle, that same flea market strategy, and just apply it to a storefront. And so here we are, 2 years later, and we're still grinding. And we're very excited to see what we'll do in the future. So
I'm very excited because I also want to ask, so how long has the store been here? When did it open? And I know you touched a little bit about the flea market, right?
Yes.
But just dive in a little bit more. What is your business model? What's your mission and vision? And I know you folks are community oriented as well as Christians. I want to put that out there, right? So why don't you give us a little bit more about your business? So when the store opened and your business model, mission and vision, and how you contribute and give back to the community here in the great town of Lombard, Illinois.
Awesome. Yeah, so when we opened up the shop about a year and a half, going on 2 years ago now, we were just trying to get a feel of what, would move for us. And without question, it was Pokemon. Pokemon is insane. I'm sure we're going to talk about that later. But yeah, as far as the business model is concerned, we just want to be the best store in this area, in the Lombard area specifically. And it's been really a journey. It really has. But I can't wait to see how far we're going to take this. I always say that if you see growth from where you started up until now, then you're doing something right. So.
And I think what's important is not forgetting where you came from as far as that customer quality and the customer service. No matter how big you get, you don't change as an individual, as the valuing every person, right? So
yeah, I get all the time. People are like, "Oh, you guys are so nice people," and this is just who we naturally are.
Sure.
I'm like this when I clock in. I'm like this when I clock out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm like this. Or at a dinner event or something like that. I'm just me.
One of the things Rob and I we dabble in a little bit is mental health topics on this show, as we both, suffer from that. But this gives folks a good outlet, because you had one customer in here a little while ago who was a little younger than me. I won't reveal ages, but it gives you a chance to feel good. It's nostalgia. It helps people be happy, and especially with children, getting them off the streets where they could be getting into trouble, getting into drugs, firearms, crime, whatever. It gives people an oasis, kind of like Cheers, but of a sports card shop. So.
Absolutely. I meet people from all ages, whether it be 75 to 45 to 25 to 18. Mm-hmm. And it's just a community. It's, it's something that is passion. It's, there's no hatred involved. It's just people just enjoy.
I love it.
The beauty of collecting.
All ages, creeds, religions, ethnicities. It's a beautiful thing.
And our shop is by a high school or middle school, or one of the two. And the kids, they come to the shop, and some of them, they just want to talk about things that, they enjoy.
Yeah, I'm sure you are part-time, maybe therapist a little bit, although you're not a licensed therapist. You may sometimes have to just hear some people out on some certain topics, and you're like a bartender. So, all right, let's talk about your number one selling revenue in the store, right? What is it that brings in, that pays the bills at the end of the day? And I know you touched on it.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on it, but please, by all means, because I know my stepson, he's into it now. Take it away.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I mentioned this earlier, but it's Pokemon, and it's not even close. It's interesting. When we first opened the shop, we were primarily a sports card shop, but the kids, a lot of kids, and a lot of customers as well, but specifically kids, they kept asking us, well, you have any more Pokemon products? And I used to collect when I was around 6 or 7, and it was a phase for me. But I had no idea that people were still into the card collecting aspect of it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the brand itself has done a really good job of getting just everyone of all ages involved in their products, whether it be the TV shows or the movies or obviously the card games, the video games. Like, they have all these areas on lock. It's unlike anything I've ever even seen.
So that's bringing in, that's keeping the lights on and the bills and bringing in the revenue. And let's face it, the kids themselves don't necessarily have the money, but the parents do.
Yes.
So by bringing them in, and they were going to want to keep the kids happy. And I know when I got into card collecting, my mom and dad were big supporters. So they would take me out, and they wouldn't admit it, but a lot of times the parents, they get hooked into it too. So the dad might be like, he sees a card he wants. He doesn't necessarily want to tell the missus that he wants to spend $100 on the card. So he gets little Joey all excited about it and says, "You want that card, Joey?" And he's like, "Yeah." And you look at the missus and go, "We can't disappoint Joey." So dad's winning too, right? There's a strategy, right?
Yeah, and then also what I'm starting to realize too with Pokemon is that people who were kids when it first came out are now adults.
Wow.
And they're, trying to relive their childhood or trying to pass that same passion to their kids.
Right.
It's like a generational thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And,
okay.
It's amazing.
So Pokemon's the product. So let's kind of, as we get ready to wrap this backstage up here, you guys do a special night here, like where people come in and they like talk about it, because it's almost like it's a cult-like following event, not in a negative way.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, you pack this store out. I've seen from your dad the pictures. What does that look like? What are these events? What's going on at these events? Are they after hours? Yeah. And what's going on? What are they?
So what we do, we call it Pokemon Trade Nights. I think we started doing this like our 3rd month when we opened, or maybe it was a lot sooner. It's just something we wanted to give a try. And we have a small shop. Like I said, we're going to continue to grow. But we used to do the trade nights in here. And it just got to a point, 6-7 months in, or maybe a year and a half now, we're starting to realize we're going to need more space. Because we fill this whole shop up. It's like I probably fit maybe 20, 30 people in here. And we're all like bunched in like sardines, kids trying to trade cards. So this last month was the first time we did it at this fitness center across the street from our shop.
Okay.
And now coming up this Saturday, we're going to do it again, 2nd time, Pokemon Trade Night, and I'm sure you're going to provide videos and photos of
absolutely
from last month. We packed the whole gym out.
Wow.
The back room of the gym.
Sounds like maybe a live remote opportunity. Yeah. Maybe
absolutely.
House Shack City backstage might come out and
absolutely
be a fly on the wall.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We also have one of the sponsors of the show is a DJ too. So maybe, who knows? Maybe we might be able to get a DJ in and we could really make it good. So I think one of the final points I want to touch on is you started out with a business model, but you had to pivot because the products you started out with are good. But the people that are buying them, like my age and older generations, it's the kids that are really driving the revenue, and you had to pivot. And it sounds like you, being the manager of the store, really is a huge asset for your father, because you're a little closer to the age group that the kids could relate to, and you're a little closer to the product and your ear to the ground, and you know more about this than us, 40-somethings or so. So I think your dad has a real good asset in you as far as that's concerned. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like you guys are a perfect combination, right?
Combination.
He supplies the product. He's out there hustling, finding it, and you're in here making the deals.
And
so
I'm here selling it.
Man, and it's family owned. That's what I love too.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the small businesses. All right, let's leave this with a fun fact. You're a wrestling fan?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes, I am.
So tell us what do you got coming up that we could all live vicariously through you?
So next or this upcoming Monday, I will be going to Monday Night Raw.
Oh,
it's my very first event.
Oh boy!
Never seen it live.
I've seen it
come from my own home.
Rob and I have been to many of those, brother. You're in for a treat, my friend.
I'm really excited.
Chicago's actually the hub in the whole United States. Every wrestler says when you come to Chicago, there ain't no show like Chicago. Chicago is the king of wrestling, man. So be ready.
Yeah, my favorite wrestler is Rhea Ripley. I think she's amazing.
All right.
I also like Nia Jax, Liv Morgan. So
all right.
I love all the women. Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns. So there's just so many.
All right.
I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully they'll be there, which I'm
looking forward to coming back and doing another episode to hear when Raw goes off the air at 10 o'clock, like Rob and I know, because we watch it for many years. It goes dark, and you don't get to see what happened. So you're going to reveal to us what happened.
Absolutely.
That we need, so we know we're going to be back for that.
Yep.
We got wrestling on right now on the wall here, so as you can see here. Real quick, shout out people in the United States, Iowa, they're living in South Dakota, maybe New York City, and they want to order something from you or see if you have it in stock. How can they get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, so you get in touch with us by just looking up Hidden Treasures in Lombard, Illinois. And then if you scroll down through the Google search, there's a website tab on there. You just click on that, and you'll be provided our website.
Will you ship something if somebody wants to buy it out of state?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All
we
right.
can do that. We can set something up.
All right.
Just take it from there.
Sounds good. Isaiah, thank you very much. We didn't mention your dad's name, Zach. Why don't you just give him a quick Zach?
Yep. My father's name is Zack Hudson. You guys probably, some of you guys may have known him from Facebook. His Facebook profile.
Yeah.
Posts a lot of our Hidden Treasures posts on his Facebook. And he's the one that made all this happen.
You got to give the king his, it's.
Got to.
I'm going to make a joke here. But, you got Tony Soprano and you got the guy under him. You got to give Tony his credit, right? Zach's the man. Nah, he's a good guy. Zach's a great guy. I joke, I kid. But no, we got to give the king, or the godfather, as we call Rob of the show, you got to give your dad, the godfather, his due. So it's been a pleasure and honor to sit down with you. We look forward to talking to you again.
Looking forward to it.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.